Hello. Today I'm going to briefly show you how I overcome a problem which can occur with almost any videotape, but in this case applies particularly to 8mm camcorder tapes. The path that the tape takes through a video deck, any video deck, needs to be very precisely set up, not only so that the machine gives the best possible results, but also so the recording on the tape is made to the exact specification of the format, and so can play back properly on any other machine. Video recording decks have adjustable tape guides which are used to set the precise angle that the spinning video heads write and later read the video information on the tape. If the recording is made on a machine such as a camcorder where the tape path is not accurately set up, you can get the situation where a recording will play back fine on that same camcorder but will not play back correctly on any properly aligned deck. There was an issue for some time during the very popular days of the 8mm format that some manufacturers would not lock off the adjustments for the video head entry and exit guides properly, or they would work loose. Here you can see the guides of an 8mm camcorder, and these grub screws lock off the adjustments of these guides. If these grub screws work loose, the action of the tape against the guides can cause the entry or exit guide to wind their way up or down on their screw threads. This will create a situation where the recording made by that camcorder no longer could be played on any other machine whose guides were correctly set. In extreme cases, misalignment may even make the playback on the same deck impossible, or go as far as to crumple the tape permanently. Usually, back in the day, the owner of such a defective camcorder would realise that something was wrong and get it serviced or replaced. But now, many years later, 8mm camcorder tapes can turn up which are unplayable in any properly aligned machine. This week I've had some such recordings in, so let's take a look at whether they can be recovered. When playing the tape normally on a suitable deck, we get results like this. The top or bottom of the picture can have disturbance, sometimes with several lines across the screen, and the sound may be crackly or missing completely. Bear in mind that the 8mm format encodes the sound along with the picture, unlike non-hi-fi versions of VHS or beta recorders where the sound is recorded on a linear track separate from the video. This is a TRV-120E digital 8 camcorder which includes a time-based corrector and can directly digitize analog video 8 or hi 8 tapes to a DV video stream. These units give very good results for this digitization process, and so they can still command quite a high price on eBay or similar. This one I've modified to help us overcome playback issues with misaligned tapes. Above where the tape guide sits during playback, I've drilled out the cabinet work to give me access to the head guide adjustments. Secondly, I have a special video head alignment tool for 8mm. These things are rather hard to obtain, but you could just about get away with using a small flat-bladed screwdriver if you're stuck for this tool. I can finally adjust the head guides to try to match the misaligned recording. You will see here that we've gone from a completely useless playback to one which is essentially perfect. However, it can be that the alignment of the recording can wander around during the tape as it progresses, so in a few cases I may need to readjust this throughout the affected tapes. Huge care is needed here. One slip and you could hit the spinning video head with your adjustment tool, trashing the player completely. You could also damage tapes if you adjust the guides too aggressively, or adjust the guide so far up that it can fall out of the deck. You also need to be aware that the act of putting the adjustment tool onto the guide can alter the angle of the guide before you've made any adjustments, which can give you misleading results. If you lose picture completely during this process, it can be helpful to select picture search for a second, which will unmute the picture and let you see just a moment of the playback before the muting goes back to the blue screen. This can help you get a feel for what adjustment is required to get the picture and sound back. The moment that you think this is easy is the moment that you will make a mistake and possibly wreck something. It's time consuming to do properly. Long play recordings are more critical than standard play because the recorded video tracks are finer. Here you can see another tape from the same customer, which is a dead loss. The alignment of the customer's camcorder was so far out that the tape was being curled in such a way that it lost contact with the video head drum during recording, meaning that parts of the video information are completely missing. As a result, this signal is lost forever and satisfactory results will never be possible for this tape. This problem doesn't just apply to 8mm formats. I also have a mini DV deck which can be put out of alignment for the same reason. Being a digital format, you don't get quite the same feedback as you do with the analog tapes. You don't get the effect where one guide will affect a certain part of the picture and the other guide another part. So it's a little harder with mini DV. The problem can occur with other formats as well, such as VHS and Beta, but the video tracks are wider on those formats, so it's a little bit more forgiving of small alignment errors. Once I've finished with these customer tapes, I need to remember to put the camcorder back to a known good recording and reset the guides back for proper playback. Otherwise, next time I come to put a customer tape in here, it'll be so far out of alignment that it makes my job harder. I should say this is not the same thing as aligning the deck properly, for which an oscilloscope should be used. I hope you've learned something from this demonstration. Please like, share and especially subscribe, so I'll do more content on audio and video technology in the future. Bye for now.